Hi guys, welcome back to this channel. In today's video we are going to learn how to design this amazing October flyer. So if that is something you're interested in, kindly follow along and let's dive right into it. Before we start this video, I would like to say, may this month bring growth, joy and all the good vibes. Make every day count and finish the year stronger than we started. Happy new month everyone here. I love you all. Please, if you are new to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and let's get right into the video. Alright, this video is created purposely for today. Alright, I almost forgot, today is 1st October. So even though the video will be late, bear with me. Alright, okay. So I'm going to delete everything here and start all over again. How I am able to achieve all these effects, from the background to the images, the high quality of the images and everything. I will show you everything in this video. Okay, so let me quickly delete all these things and we get started. Okay guys, here we are. So we are starting afresh. The first thing I would like to do is to import the background that I'll be using. I'm not going to be using a white background in this video, so I downloaded a gradient from Pinterest and I'll be using that gradient as my background. And I will also import different things, different elements also into this tutorial, or into the background, sorry. So first I'm going to my gallery and I'm going to import this. Okay, yes, here's the background. I'm going to import it, right? Okay, and I'll click on 1:1 ratio so that I get the square shape that I need. Then I'll check it, then I'll click on it and go all the way to the relative size and increase it to fill the canvas. Okay, then I'll check. Now I'll go to the layers panel and lock it. The next thing I'm going to do is to bring the other elements onto the canvas. Like I said, I'll go to my gallery and I'm going to import the other element too. So this element also was downloaded from Pinterest, and then I removed the background. So alright, so I removed the background. If you want to learn how to remove background for these images, I've made a video on them. Kindly check the description or the top right corner here and you'll see a video that will teach you how to do all these stuffs. Alright, okay, so I have imported the elements onto the background. I'm just going to increase it slightly. Now, to be able to get the exact location that I want it to be, I'm going to import my image, the model I'll be using in this design. So I'm going to gallery once again and I'm going to import my model. Okay, now I want the model to be facing the right side, so I'll click on this flip here, then I'll check it. I'll bring the model down a bit. I'll enlarge it slightly so that it covers almost 2/3 of the canvas. I think this is okay. Then I'll go and lock it. Okay, so after locking it, I want to position this element right behind it. Alright, I'm going to position it in a way so that it also covers majority of the parts that I want it to cover. So yes, Alright, so I'm going to copy it, then reduce this one slightly, reduce it slightly, and rotate it to the other corner. Now I want this one to go up slightly. Let me rotate it also. Okay. Right. So I'm just going to rotate this and put it right in the position that I want it to be. Okay. So I think this is okay for me. Then the next thing I'm going to do here is to hide these elements. So I'm going to my layers panel and I'll hide the background. I will hide these two and this as well. Then I'll come back to my background area and make it transparent. So I'm going to save this image. So I'll click here and save. I'm going to save, and I'll save it from here. Alright, so I'm waiting till it saves. I will repeat the process and I'll save the other element too, like this. Then we continue our design. Alright, so it has been saved successfully. The next thing I'm going to do is to bring these ones onto the canvas. Then I will lock and hide this particular one, and I'll save this one too as well. Okay, I'm going to save this one too as well. After I save this, and the reason why I'm saving it is to make sure that the background I'm using is not that clear to give an unprofessional looking design. Alright, so I'm going to head right into Snapseed to blur it a little bit. Alright, now I've created this already, so I'm just going to import it, but then I'll show you how to blur them on you are going to blend it in Snapseed, not Snapchat. Sorry about that. Then okay, so here's my Snapseed. So I'll click to import. Right, so here is it. So from here I'll click on this pencil icon at the right side here. I'll click on it, then I'll move all the way down, then I'll click on lens blur. This one, lens blur. I'll increase the strength. I'll increase the strength and make this one. I'll reduce this one to move it to the right corner. Now I'll increase the blur strength, and I'll also increase the transition. I'll also reduce the vignette strength. Alright, so to 0. Now I am done with these parts also, so I'll just click on the download here. So I'll wait for it to load, then I'll click on the download. If I click on the download, it's going to save. You click on export, then you are going to save it. After saving it, you go right into Pixellab to continue our design. Alright, we are back into our Pixellab. Now we don't need any of these elements anymore because we have created another background that you want to use in this design. So I'm going to my layers panel and delete all these things. I don't need them any longer, so I can just delete them from the layers panel. Then I'll go back to the background area and change the color to white. Alright, so I'm going to import everything that I've saved from Snapseed and the original image that I've saved in the Pixellab tool onto the canvas. Alright, so kindly follow along as we do this. Alright, so I'm going to select this one and I'll import it. Now if we are importing, don't just use the slider here like this. Okay, if you use it, it's also perfect. You can use it though, but I prefer using it from this panel here. Okay, so I'm going to relative size and I'll increase it to fill the canvas. Then I'll come all the way and lock it. Now after locking it, I'll bring the image to on board, the model that I'll be using in this design. So I'll come to Pixellab and import the model. Okay, so over here, don't crop the model. Just click on the check and then come to relative size and increase it again. Alright, so we are done with the first part of the design. Now it's time for us to bring the text. Sorry, it's left with another element that we are going to use in this background. So I'm going to my gallery once again, and then so I'm going to import the other element that I want to bring onto the canvas. So alright, here is it. Okay, so I'm using this panel once again, and I will go to eraser or erase color, then I will enable it. Click on this color picker tool and come here, pick the black color and check it. Now it's going to remove the black color from it. Now I want to totally erase the black color, so I'm going to increase the tolerance, and I'm also going to increase the smoothness slightly. So this is something that I want. So yes, I'll increase this slightly and position it at the top like this. Then I'll come to eraser and increase this size. Then I'll clear some parts of it. Check it and you get something like this. Now I'm going to my layers panel to bring it down under the model, and I'm also going to reduce the opacity slightly. Okay, reduce the opacity slightly. Then I'll copy it and send it to that same position. Then I'll send this one to under the model. Now I'll lock the two and go ahead and bring the text on board. So I'll come to my text. So I'm going to type October, but I'll type it in P6. Alright, so I'll first type Octo, then I'll bring it here, increase the size, then I'll change the fonts. So in this video I'll be using I think I'll be using this one. Alright, so I'll come to my color and then I'll change the color to white. Alright, now I want to bolden this one slightly, so I'll come here and bold it. Now I'll reduce it, copy it, and then I'll type the remaining part of the October. I'll reduce the size and and send it under. Now position it to be aligned in alright, this position is fine. I'll copy it once again, then I'll type welcome. Then I'm going to my fonts again, and then I'll head right to, and I'll be using this first one. So I've also made a video on how to get custom fonts on onto your Pixellab. So if that is something you're interested in, I'll leave a link to that video in the description so that you can watch it and know how to do that. Now, if you have watched up to this point, please consider subscribing to my channel. Okay, alright, so I'll reduce this welcome and position it sideways to this October. Then I'll go ahead and bring the text. So I'll copy it again, or let me copy October, copy this one, and I'll bring the text onto the canvas. So alright, so I'm just going to decrease the size of this text. Alright, so I'll come here and click on shapes, and I'll create a shape around the text here. So first I will decrease the opacity so that I'll be able to see exactly where the text is. So I will increase the radius, and then I'll position it right here. Okay, so I'll give it a stroke, just one is okay. Then I'll change the stroke color to white. I'll blur it slightly and I'll check it. Alright, so if you see on the thumbnail, you see some lens, or there is a flare coming from behind the model. So I'm going to bring the flare or that light effects. I downloaded this one too. I will leave a link to this one too in the description. So here is it. Open the layers panel and send it right under the model. So I like to lock all these layers because I am done using them. So now I'm going to change the saturation of this lens flare. So I'll go to hue and saturation or color filter. Then I'll change the hue and saturation. So this will be slightly different from the one on the thumbnail because I designed that one first and I couldn't remember the settings for this hue and saturation. So I think this is okay. I'll bring it down here. Then I'll copy it and send this one to under the model. So you see the light effects coming from there. How cool is this, guys? Okay, I'll copy it again, bring it down here. Copy it, bring it down. Bring this one down. And I'll copy it again, bring it down. Alright guys, we are done with our design, and thank you for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and also share. Give a comment what you think about this flyer. Is it nice? Alright, see you in my next video. Bye bye.